Hello, I am Mana, and I live in a small village in Tibaz. In one of our neighborhoods, there is a large old mansion, nearly 200 years old. It has been abandoned for as long as I can remember and has never been renovated. One day, my friend Shaga and I went there after lunch. We wandered through the ruins, searching for anything valuable, but found nothing. Later, another friend of ours told us that when he went there at around 1 p.m., he discovered a beautiful ring. He said the atmosphere inside the mansion felt unbearably heavy, and a strange fear came over him. But Shaga and I didn't really believe him. Curiosity got the better of us. We decided to go together one afternoon to see if we could find something for ourselves. That day, I carried my cell phone with me, recording and taking pictures of the surroundings. Inside the mansion, the rooms were dark, everything swallowed by shadows. The air felt thick and heavy, and although we tried to act brave, we were both scared. We searched every corner, but found nothing. Nothing strange happened, and in the end, we returned home quickly, almost with relief. That night, for reasons I couldn't explain, I was unable to sleep. My whole family was resting peacefully, but I lay awake, restless. Finally, I picked up my phone and entered a public chat room to pass the time. While I was chatting with strangers, a private message suddenly appeared on my screen. "Watch the old house picture." I froze. For a moment, I just stared, shocked. Then I remembered. I had recorded the mansion on my phone. But how did they know? I thought of Shaga. He had seen me recording, yes, but how would he know I was in this chat room right now? I checked the sender's name. There wasn't one. Only 3 dots. My heart started racing. I scrolled quickly through my phone, searching, until my eyes landed on the video I had recorded of the house. Slowly, with trembling fingers, I tapped play and sat down to watch it. At first, everything seemed normal. The crumbling walls, the broken windows, the heavy shadows. But then suddenly, I froze. I couldn't scream. I couldn't even breathe. There, moving across the screen, was a third figure. Someone was walking right in front of the camera, their back turned toward me. The figure wore a long dress, and long strands of hair spilled down their back. Yet, from the way they moved, from their shape, it was impossible to tell if it was a man or a woman. The video was clear, too clear. And I knew, without a doubt, that when I filmed that day, no one else had been there. I couldn't move. I couldn't scream. It was as if something had locked me in place, forcing me to stare at the screen. My phone felt glued to my hand, and the video kept playing, as though someone wanted me to see every second of it. When the recording was about to end, the figure suddenly stopped. Slowly, it turned its head toward the camera, and then, without warning, it rushed forward. I didn't see its face clearly. I didn't understand what it was, but I felt it. A heavy, suffocating presence pressed against me, as though the thing had stepped out of the screen and into my room. In that instant, the spell broke. I hurled the phone across the bed, and a scream tore from my throat, a scream that had been trapped there, strangled until now. I leapt out of my room in terror. My family woke instantly, alarmed by my cries, and gathered around me. My whole body shook, my tongue heavy, as though words refused to form. At first, I couldn't explain what had happened. My voice broke, my lips stuttered, but after some time, the story finally spilled out of me. I told them everything. My younger brother hurried to grab my phone. He wanted to see what had terrified me so badly. But to our shock, as he played the video, he suddenly burst into loud laughter. Holding the phone up for everyone to see, he showed the screen. There was nothing. Only a small, silly video clip. Something funny and meaningless. I couldn't believe it. My heart pounded in my chest. I swore over and over that I had recorded the old house, that there had been someone there. but the evidence had vanished, leaving me helpless. No one believed me. My mother stroked my shoulder gently and said, "Dear, you probably had a nightmare. Go back to your room, try to sleep, and don't think about it anymore." But I couldn't. Stunned, I sat in silence, as my family scolded me for going to the abandoned mansion in the first place. They told me I must have been hallucinating, letting my fear and imagination play tricks on me. That night, I didn't dare go near my phone. I refused to even step inside my room. Instead, I lay beside my brother, too shaken to close my eyes. The next day, when I woke, I felt a little calmer. I rushed outside, trying to convince myself that the house really did hide something. The day passed slowly, and though I reluctantly picked up my phone now and then, I refused to go anywhere alone. Even as I told myself it had only been a dream, a part of me still trembled with fear. Days went by like this. Then, one quiet afternoon, as I was scrolling through my phone, my eyes suddenly caught on the thumbnail of that video, the old house. My heart skipped a beat. At first, I wanted to delete it right away, to erase it from existence. But then, another thought came. Let me just watch it once more, make sure, and then I'll delete it. After all, it was a holiday, and my family was at home. With them nearby, I gathered the courage to press play. The moment the video started, the air around me turned heavy again. The same figure appeared, walking slowly in front of the camera. My body froze, my breath caught in my chest. I knew exactly what was going to happen at the end, yet I couldn't stop watching. And then it came. The figure stopped, turned its head, and rushed toward the camera. But this time, the face was clear. I couldn't believe what I saw. My blood ran cold. The face staring back at me was my own. I sat frozen in my chair, staring at the screen, unable to look away. My own face stared back at me, pale and twisted with something I didn't recognize. Fear, anger, or hunger? My heartbeat thundered in my ears. I wanted to close the phone, throw it away, run, scream, but nothing worked. It was as if the video had taken control of me. Suddenly, the figure in the video raised its hands slowly, almost deliberately, as if pointing at me. My room felt colder. A shiver ran down my spine. The shadows in the corners of the room seemed to stretch, moving toward me, even though the curtains were drawn and the lights were on. I could hear a faint whisper in my mind, a voice that was eerily my own. "You shouldn't have come back." My breath caught, and I realized I was no longer in control of my body. My fingers trembled over the phone, my eyes glued to the screen. The figure leaned closer until its face was inches from the camera, and for a terrifying second, it felt as though its gaze had pierced through the screen and into me, into my very soul. I couldn't scream. I couldn't move. The whisper grew louder, almost chanting, "You belong here. You belong here." And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, everything stopped. The room was quiet again. My heart raced. My body shook uncontrollably, and the phone lay on the floor, screen still glowing. I dared to pick it up and check the video, only to see it had changed. The mansion now looked normal, empty, silent, as if nothing had ever happened.